But let's just start. Thursday night football. We have Dallas versus Chicago in Chicago. Interesting game now. Dallas is, according to Bovada, -3 against Chicago, which I find interesting because Dallas's offense is very good. So Dallas's scoring offense is 8th in the league. They score about 25.8 points per game. Chicago's defense obviously is very good. They give up 17.3 points per game, which is good enough for 4th in the NFL. But generally, when two teams play, and there are exceptions. Certainly, one of the exceptions was I think last year Chicago's defense, which is just so dominant. You could also make the case for New England's defense this season, which is dominant. I think they're giving up like 12 points a game or something ridiculous like that. But generally, when a really good offense plays a really good defense, the offense will score. Now, will Dallas score 25 points in this game? I don't think that they'll get up quite that high. I do think they'll break 20. And so the question is, can Mitch Trubisky lead the Chicago Bears to score against the Dallas Cowboys? More than say 24 points, somewhere around there. I don't think that Mitch Trubisky can get it done this week. That's not to say that there isn't the possibility. Now, Dallas is giving up on average 19.7 points per game. That's good enough for 8th in the NFL, whereas Chicago, they're scoring 17.7 points per game, good enough for 27th in the league. So, matchup-wise, if you're just looking to get at high-level offense versus defense, I like what Dallas has to offer here. That, in addition to them getting points, I think this is an overreaction of Dallas's last couple of games. Look, they played the AFC East. They've had trouble with them all season, but the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots, they have good defenses. So I think that's the culprit. Dallas is not an elite team, but when they play somebody, like a Chicago, they should be able to handle Chicago with respect to where Chicago is today. So I believe Dallas will cover that spread. Brad disagrees with me. Brad likes Chicago. So if we go to the tiebreaker, RoccoBot, my fantasy football and gambling, basically computer projection engine, the computers agree with me this week. So the show will be taking Dallas. Once again, Brad disagrees with me. We have a lot of disagreement, he and I, this week. I like Dallas. Computers like Dallas. Brad likes Chicago. Let's talk about fantasy football. As far as starters go, I think Dak Prescott, again, it's a tough defensive matchup. I think he can find better even on waiver wire out there. I don't like him this week starting. I do think he gets a couple touchdown passes maybe. I think he has a decent game but not a great game. This is a game where Dak Prescott has to use his legs a little bit more to score well in fantasy, and he's just not, really the kind of guy that's going to be doing that anymore. So I like him, but I don't like him this week. Ezekiel Elliott, I think, is definitely a start. I think he gets in the end zone. Amari Cooper bounces back. Michael Gallup has a nice game. And I think that Jason Witten could also get in the end zone this week. Those are my starts for Dallas. For Chicago, I don't start Trubisky. David Montgomery is a start for me. I don't think he gets in the end zone, but he'll get you enough yards. Allen Robinson's a start. I know there's a lot of talk about Anthony Miller. His targets have increased lately, so I think they're just kind of, letting Trubisky kind of throw it downfield, and that's good. But fantasy playoff time, I don't think that's something you can count on. Maybe daily fantasy, you rotate him into some lineups, but I would stay away personally. I think there are safer bets out there. So there you go, Dallas versus Chicago.